Reporter Greg McKenzie is at the scene of the shooting and also where that minute's silence took place, an important opportunity for colleagues and members of the public, Greg, to pay their respects.
A real poignant moment at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Yes, many of his colleagues stood just over here on my right to pay their respects to this much-loved colleague, a custody sergeant shot whilst on duty. Now, in terms of the background, we know a 23-year-old was brought to the police centre at 2 o'clock this morning, and at about 2:15, he shot the custody sergeant who was trying to book him in, having been arrested on suspicion of possession of firearms ammunition. Now, he was subsequently searched here when he produced this weapon, shot the custody sergeant, then shot himself. Now, as for the custody sergeants, the ambulance crews were called immediately, but sadly they couldn't save him and he was pronounced dead in hospital a short time later. As for the 23-year-old suspect, who we believe is known by, is on the radar of county terrorism police, he is in a critical condition in hospital and has since been arrested on suspicion of murder. Now, tributes all day. Members of the public have been turning up here, leaving flowers just behind me. Many say that he was a nice one. He was one of the nicest police officers you would know, and shocked and saddened really that he has died in such a way.
Shocked and saddened, of course, as anyone would be, and it has an impact on the wider police community, not just in London but in other forces too, probably because thankfully it is a relatively rare occurrence.
It is indeed rare occurrence. I mean, you know, shootings of officers, it's very rare you hear about it. Obviously, we hear about firearms offences up and down the country, but officers being shot at or even killed in this way, you just don't hear that every day. So across the police community, they're shocked and saddened. Even his colleagues arriving at work today, you can see it on their faces. They're just in shock really that this has even happened. And as you were hearing earlier, there is an investigation, and that investigation will be looking into why and how this individual managed to get a gun into a custody centre. It is just unheard of. So all of these tough questions will need to be answered. Of course, the Prime Minister leading those tributes today to this much loved officer, as well as the Home Secretary Priti Patel and the London Mayor and even the local MP here, all gathering and paying their respects really to this much loved officer who the Met are yet to officially name or release the details of. We believe his family is still being contacted, hence his name hasn't been released by the Metropolitan Police as of yet.
Greg, for the moment, thank you very much. Greg McKenzie in South London.